Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carol and today I'll be sharing with you my past struggling with mental health in the hopes that I can maybe help just one of you. That would be amazing. I will be addressing eating disorders, being depressed as a teenager, having no friends and no self-esteem. So please watch until the end so that you are informed about it. Okay, so some of the background information so that we are all on the same page. As a child I was pretty happy. I lived in Portugal. If you don't know, I'm Portuguese, and I had no self-esteem issues. I was a little shy, but nothing like special. I had my friends around all the time and life seemed to be good. I loved going to school. Then when I was 9 or 10 years old, I moved to Brazil with my parents because my dad went there for work, and it was such an enriching experience in so many levels that I wouldn't take back. However, when I came back to Portugal 2 years after, me and my childhood friends had grown apart and I came back to the same school, but this time I felt like I didn't fit in, you know. In 7th grade, people would make fun of me, like my colleagues would make fun of me for literally everything. The way I dressed, the Brazilian accent I had, or even my posture because I used to arch my back a little bit. They were not friendly at all, and this was my first confrontation with mental health, I would say, because I would cry every single day after school. Yeah, they never beated me up physically, but it was like psychological bullying, so it really hurted me on a deep level. I hold no grudges against them because they were young, they were being stupid, but I think people don't realize that this can leave deep scars in a person. It completely destroyed my self-esteem, and the worst part is that by that time I had no idea how to stand up for myself, so I just let them bully me. In 8th grade I switched classes because I couldn't take it anymore and things started getting better and better, and I was loving going to school again. Okay, so fast forward to the beginning of high school. I was pretty much obsessed with the modeling industry. I loved watching fashion shows and I wanted to be like the Victoria's Secret models, and it soon became an obsession. I started looking at myself in the mirror and feeling bad and ashamed of my body because I didn't look like those top models, so I started a diet to lose a couple pounds. Before I even noticed it, I started really restricting my calories to like 1,000 calories a day. I lost my period and I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. I would tell people that I was just not hungry or I was super full from my last meal when in fact I was starving myself. However, the number on the scale kept dropping, so my parents decided to take me to a nutritionist, a psychologist and a psychiatrist, which is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Even with 45 kilograms, I still looked at myself and thought I was fat, to the point that a doctor told me that if I didn't choose to get better, I would end up in a hospital bed. That's really shook me. I remember it perfectly, so I started making a conscious effort to eat more, and with the help of these 3 professionals, I actually got better. With anorexia, it also came depression. I never thought I would be depressed at 15, but there I was, depressed at 15. I would pretend like everything was fine when in reality it really wasn't, and I only got better because I surround myself with some friends that ended up not being my friends, but we'll get to that after. And also I took some antidepressants, I don't know if that's the word in English, but whatever, to make me happier. When I started eating more, I started craving more and more food because my body has been starving for a whole year. I gained 17 kilos in just a few months, so recovering from anorexia actually led me to binge eating. I felt bloated all the time, I couldn't stand looking at myself in the mirror, and I was even ashamed of going to school and being around people. My self-esteem and self-worth were really below zero at that point. Then senior year of high school, which is supposed to be the best one of your life, it was the worst year of my life. I had a fight with some of my friends and all of a sudden they started talking really bad things about me behind my back without even hearing my side of the story, which really didn't help with my self-esteem. I was completely devastated and turned to my best friends in the class I was, which were mostly boys. However, I was really negative at that point with everything that was happening around me and in my life, so they started slowly pulling away. I don't blame them anymore because we were all immature, but the truth is that my so-called best friends turned their back on me when I needed it the most, like I really needed help. That year was the absolute worst of my life. I had no one to talk to in school. I hated going there. I hated my life. Everything sucked and I just wanted to disappear. I felt like my life was over at 17. And it was even harder looking at everyone around me play a happy family and just leaving me like that, like I was meant absolutely nothing. I also remember one time they made like a list with the prettiest girls in the classroom and I was almost in the last place, but my friends decided it was funny to show me the list, so I started crying and I was really hurt by them. So yeah, when I was done with high school, I was just so glad. I finally had the opportunity to start over, and trust me, I wouldn't go back to high school even for $1 million. So, but anyways, I'm just sharing my past so that you know that if you are going through any of these, you are not alone. I know it can feel very lonely, but the truth is there's a lot of people that go through these things and you have to keep pushing through. I promise you that if you don't give up, things will get better. They got for me and I'm no one special. I'm just a common girl that wanted to have a better life and now I have one. So if you like this video on mental health, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss my next video. See you!